Hey everyone, how are you doing today? It's me, Aaron Collins. I'm here with another rendition of talking about worldly issues in a godly way. Well, these last few days have been really interesting. We have a new president in the White House, Donald Trump, which brings me to this discussion. My question is now that he's in office, what we're going to have to deal with for the next 4 years is what are we going to do now? Already you got people that are acting out erratically. We got protests going on. We got people doing a lot of interesting, questionable behaviors. But the question is any of that going to help us in the long run? Because now that we have this man in office, there's really nothing we can do about it, but just deal with it. But how are we going to deal with it is the question. We can't go around being inhumane to each other. And when I say that, I'm talking about incidents of like white supremacist activity that's going on, where you have like these closet supremacists that are coming out who've been suppressing their nature for a long time and want to come out anyway. Well, they consider Donald Trump as like their figurehead and their representative for them to do what they want to do. I've heard of different events and incidents that have taken place. I'm not going to go into all of them, but you know what I'm talking about. You could research them on your own. Now, my thing is this: as black people, we need to do more. What we need to do, I'm tripping over my own words. We need to start considering our own communities and start looking out for our own communities and start unifying and strategizing and organizing with one another. Now, I know I sound like a broken record because this has been said before numerous times, not just by myself, but by other people who have spoken on this thing. But the thing is how many times are we going to talk about it and not be about it? And I'm speaking to myself as well, because I need to do some things and put some things in place myself and just be a leader and just start doing what I need to do and showing people how to do it if that's what I need to do. If it's what I'm called to do, hey, if I can show someone lead by example, then so be it. I'll do that. The point is this man is in office now. We just need to buckle down and just get established. Stop getting on social media and disrespecting each other and with all this ratchet, inappropriate behavior. Stop talking about black women this and black women are ugly and how they prefer to be with everyone else. Stop doing that. Stop it. Now, a message to all my white brothers and sisters out there who feel the need that, well, I'm not racist. Okay, well, fine, you're not racist. But if you see something that is not appropriate, maybe you should check your fellow white person and let them know, hey, that's not appropriate. You shouldn't do that. See, a lot of people, the narrative that's going on right now is that Trump is dividing the nation. And I must admit, a lot of things that I've heard him say in the past could be indicative of him dividing the nation. But we don't have to act on it. We need to be better than that. We need to be the people. What's that? The preamble says, we the people. That's a really, really strong sentiment. We the people. We need to be in charge of our own country, of our own destiny, and let these politicians know that, hey, listen, you do what we tell you to do. We don't do what you tell us. We elected you in office. So you need to put in the plan what we want you to put in. What are you going to do? So that's my question, Mr. Trump. What are you going to do about the rampant police brutality that's going on in our communities of color? What are you going to do anything about these officers or race soldiers that are getting out of hand? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about the disenfranchisement of entire communities that people who seem to have no hope? Now, I realize you just got into office, sir, and I realize that you need to be given a chance. I get that. But what I'm saying is don't make promises and don't keep them, okay? Just get in there and do what you need to do. Now, as Christians in this nation, being that I am one, praying is one thing. We do need to pray. That's definitely what we need to do. Pray for reconciliation and revival in our nation. But with that prayer, we also need to put action into play. See, faith without works is dead. You can pray all day until your tongue falls out your mouth, until your lips turn dry. But if you're not putting any action with that prayer, then that prayer is basically is bottomless. It's empty. See, the Bible also says that God feeds the sparrows, but he doesn't bring the food to them. They got to get out and go find it. He'll provide it for them, but they got to go find it. So basically, whatever you're praying for, well, you also have to get out there and put into action a way to get it. Now, it'll be provided for you, but you have to go get it. It's not going to be brought to you. So that's my rant on the particular situation that we're dealing with the political climate that's going on. It's still fresh. There's people still protesting. A lot of people are really disappointed that Hillary Clinton did not win. But you know what? Life goes on. And we must move past this, people. We must get it in our heads that to divide it, we fall, but together we can do things. We can do much. That's what team stands for. Together, everyone accomplishes much. You should think about that. Consider that. Remember that. So, as always, my name is Aaron Collins. I'm addressing worldly issues in a godly way. Jesus. That's another thing too. I wanted to mention. I wanted to give you an update on when I went to the AFM, which is the American Film Market. I did network a little bit. I walked around. Got one business card, so I was able to network with a few people. And that's it. I didn't stay long, but I just walked in there, gauged the atmosphere, seeing how, business is done. Once again, for those who didn't catch it the last time I was talking about, AFM is the American Film Market, and it's an annual event where shot callers, deal makers, decision makers come from all over the world, the global film industry, and buy films. They greenlight films. They're distributors. They come look for the next film to distribute. And yeah, it's basically a market. So this is where all the producers and the decision makers and studios go to, executive producers and things like that. So this is basically the business end of filmmaking in action. It's not all about Oscars and Academy Awards and stuff like that. So that's all I wanted to say. But with everyone, go in peace. Be civil to each other. Be nice to each other. Let's start being loving to each other. You want to make America great again? That's one way to make America great again. Start loving each other again. Stop all this hatred. Stop all this silly backbiting stuff. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? We're better than this, people. We live in really the greatest nation on the planet. But we need to stop all this pettiness. In America, you need to come to terms with your past. You really do. There's still racism going on. We need to come to terms with that. And yes, it needs to be talked about. So everyone wants to say that, oh no, I'm not giving shout outs to Black Lives Matter. But I'm going to go say this. Yeah, they do matter. So before you start saying all lives matter, I'm going to tell you something. I said I was going to get off, but this is my last point. I made it clear before, there's a reason why the hashtag Black Lives Matter came about. It's just to remind the nation that Black lives are also part of the so-called all lives. We know all lives matter, but all lives are not currently on the line right now. So you could take that for what it is, and I'm sure I'm going to probably get some flack for this later on. I mean, I welcome it. That's what I'm on here for. YouTube is an open forum, so hey, engage me on it, and I'll explain myself. But I have no ill will toward nobody. So with that saying, Jesus loves you. I love you. Now let's do life. Yeah, that's what that is. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I welcome the feedback. And once again, I'm still new to this whole thing, but I believe I'm getting used to it. And you know what? This is just a start for things to come. So thank you, everybody. Go in peace.